Hey everybody, Joe Joseph here for thedailysheeple.com, and this is your news shot. I'm going to go to PJ Media. This is an interesting one. FDA's announcing a plan that's targeting risky homeopathic remedies, they're saying. This is interesting. FDA's really been hands-off of the homeopathic treatment industry for basically since 1988, and I'll get into that in a second, but I find it interesting that they're going after homeopathic remedies now, especially when the FDA shows absolutely little to no ability to manage the important stuff. You know, you take a look at modern medicine today and pharmacopoeia, and I mean, it's out of control. The FDA's just letting all of these things just flood the market. We see class action lawsuit after class action lawsuit that these companies pay pennies on the dollar to people who've been damaged or families that have suffered a loss at the hands of these prescription medications. You know, it's a pennies on the dollar compared to what they make from these medications. I mean, take a look at how much money pharmaceuticals bring in every year. Oh, it's unbelievable. Unbelievable. And pills in India that you can get for 40 cents each or $400 here in the United States, you know, or more. This is just how unbelievably broken the whole system is. It's totally broken. So when I see things like this, you have to understand that there's probably something underlying that's causing this to happen. One thing that I do notice is that more and more what are considered conservative or alt-right websites, publications, news organizations increasingly use homeopathic remedies to fund their operations. And I could see this as a backdoor way by some bureaucrats with leanings other than or opposite to these organizations or entities that would, all they have to do is tweak the rules a little bit, and they could really, you know, put a wrench in the works for a lot of these websites and so on and so forth. I mean, it could really change things. So I find this incredibly interesting, and certainly I wonder where the motivation is. It says alternative remedies like homeopathic treatments have become popular in recent years and now make up about a $3 billion industry. $3 billion. I wonder what that is in comparison to how much Big Pharma brings in every year. Just out of curiosity. It says, but the FDA will begin scrutinizing products that could be dangerous to vulnerable populations. It says here, many homeopathic remedies are derived from plants and claim to treat everything from the common cold to serious diseases. I know, that's so horrible. Derived from plants, you say? Oh, how could it? So, but the FDA fears that these products can bring little to no benefit in combating serious ailments, or worse, may cause significant and even irreparable harm, because of the products are poorly manufactured or contain active ingredients that aren't adequately tested or even disclosed to patients. Let me stop there. Our government classifies marijuana as Schedule 1 of no medicinal benefit. Yet, we see with our own eyes the benefit marijuana brings to millions of people, not just here in the United States, but around the world. Look, people are starting to understand that the government and people within government are politically motivated. They may have a personal motivation, but it certainly is a way of them projecting power on you. And that's what it's been done for a long time. A lot to satisfy Big Pharma, because they would take it in the shorts if marijuana goes mainstream. They can't patent it. Monsanto found that out, tried to patent the pig DNA, and they got shot down. If it's au naturel, you can't patent it. Ooh, that sucks. So then we'll just go backdoor, they say. Okay, we'll just get our cronies at the FDA who will promise cush jobs when they retire or they leave government to go ahead and push our agenda for us. That's exactly what's going on here. You know, they try to push into Kratom. Why? They did it with ephedrine. Why? Because people abuse it? That's their right. Their body's their property. If they want to abuse something, let them abuse it. The consequences are, if you abuse it, you do too much of it, bad things happen. That's education. That's all you got to do. You want to solve that problem, just educate people. You know, they talk about opioids being an epidemic. There's a frickin' cure to overdoses out there available, and everybody should have it. It's called Narcan. It should be in everybody's medicine cabinet, even if you don't even have opioid medicine in the house. Everybody should have it. I mean, it is something that everybody should have available to them should this ever occur. You know, you may have a visitor from out of town. You don't know if they're on medication, and one of your children go in and they find something in the suitcase or something like that, and whoops. Then what? You're going to wish you had Narcan. Everybody should have it. And it should be priced in such a fashion, and I'm sure it doesn't cost that much to produce. But I'm saying everybody should have it. And if you do that, guess what? People aren't ODing on opioids anymore. So what's the argument then? Oh, well, then we'll have a nation of junkies just going around. Yeah, I know. It's so bad that people walk around happy. I mean, could you imagine how many functional, happy people would be actually out there having jobs if they actually didn't have to worry about these idiotic urinalysis and everything else? You know, and not to mention the fact, just like, do people who are alcoholics just go and start boozing at work? Nah, you know, 9 times out of 10, no. People go home and they do that. You want to drown your sorrows at home? That's great. You come to work, you're there to work, you make sure that you're in the right state of mind. Doesn't matter if it's marijuana, if it's alcohol, if it's anything else. That's just called personal responsibility. The government has no right to manage us in that regard. They just don't. You know, and what this shows is an underlying agenda. Again, an underlying agenda. So this is interesting now. The FDA is getting into the uncharted territory of homeopathic medicine. And this is just one of those things, just like Kratom. You see exactly why it is they're doing it. And folks, I mean, this just has to piss you off. So hopefully you get pissed off. There is a 90-day public comment period before this new guideline goes. These new guidelines go into effect. So, and what they're saying right now is alternative treatments that are targeted to young children and those suffering from cancer, heart disease, and other serious ailments. I love the other serious ailments because that covers everything else. So make sure that you go to the FDA, you look up the new guidelines on homeopathic medicines, and you respond and blast them. Give them hell. Tell them you have absolutely no right to get involved in my business with my health. This is my body. It ain't yours. And guess what? My property, you got no right to tell me what to do. Hoorah! I'm Joe Joseph. This was thedailysheeple.com's News Shot. Feel free to comment below and visit our website at thedailysheeple.com. Hashtag wake the flock up. Give this video a thumbs up and subscribe today. Have a great day, everybody.